Alrighty, we are back with part 10, and offline I did some stuff. I made a bunch of personas for the Strength Arcana so that we could level up that. Plus I was pretty underleveled, I was getting like beat up pretty good, so nothing too crazy. Didn't advance the story or anything like that.
Ah, you're back.
Okay.
Anyways, the team says we have to send the calling card to Madarame. And yeah. They talk about speaking with Yusuke first before we do that. Whew, I have so many tabs open now, it's like too many tabs. Alrighty, so now we're supposed to craft tools. Yeah, which makes sense because I didn't use up all my, not all of them, but most of my lockpicks.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We need to find some more silk yarn.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Well then. Hey! Hey, hey!
All right, let's begin.
Anyways, the teacher says there'll be a city beautification project and the school will participate in a public cleanup campaign. So they're gonna go to Inokashira Park to pick up trash. I'm sure they love that.
Okay, quiet down.
The cleanup will be next week on the 30th. Wear your gym uniforms during the event. Ryuji thinks it's BS and it's damage control due to the Kamoshida incident messing up the school's reputation. They kind of talk about the counselor too and how he's like good looking and semi-interesting to talk to. Nothing too interesting there.
It's open. Sup? Hey there.
Looks like Ryuji has gone to the counselor. Maruki says, sorry we're forced into this, but anyway, come in please. Ryuji says, this is awkward. Maruki says, why? Ryuji says, I mean, I don't really go see teachers unless they want to chew me out for doing something wrong. Maruki says, I'm not a teacher. If anything, I'm here to be on the student side. Ryuji says, oh yeah. So am I supposed to tell you about Kamoshida?
Well...
Maruki says, this isn't an interrogation. Just kick back and talk about whatever you want. Ryuji says, like what?
How about it?
Maruki says, how about is there anyone in your class that you like? Ryuji says, that's not exactly easy to talk about either, and it's not like there is anybody.
Sorry.
Maruki says, sorry, I just meant you're in the middle of your teenage years, right? High schoolers are just discovering romance, so... Ryuji says, is that how it went for you? Maruki says, not really. But that's just because I fell in love with my studies first.
I'm sorry.
Maruki says, sorry, I'm supposed to be hearing you out, but instead I'm bringing down the room. How about this instead? What do you do in your free time on the weekend after school? Ryuji says, I hang out with my friends. Mostly, though, I started doing that recently. Before that, I was just angry all the time. And before that, it was all about the track team. Maruki says, is your leg better now? Ryuji says, oh, so you know about that too. Well, yeah, pretty much, so long as I don't strain it. Maruki says, I see.
Great.
You really do enjoy running, don't you? Ryuji says, guess so. I mean, after all that training I did, it makes sense that I'd like it. I'd be training constantly, getting sweet times at meets along with everyone else. Eventually I was going to get my hands on some scholarships to make it easier on my mom. But all that's in the past now. It's cool though, I have more important stuff to do anyhow. Maruki says, more important, huh? Well, no matter what path you might have to take to get there, I hope your dreams still do you some good in the end. Ryuji says, thanks.
I know.
Maruki says, and you know what they say, right? If you wish hard enough, dreams can come true. Ryuji says, huh? You're trying to sell me some kind of line? Maruki says, no, this is actually a genuine phenomenon with a lot of research going into it even now. Look at it this way. What do you want most out of life right now? Ryuji says, I want something to drink, I guess. Maruki says, oh. Ryuji says, what? Maruki says, I lucked into a coupon for a free can of apple juice at the convenience store this morning, and I'd like for you to have it. Ryuji says, thanks. Maruki says, see, your wish came true.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ryuji says, Doc, anyone ever tell you you're kinda not normal? He says, you think so? Could that be a compliment coming from you? Ryuji says, no. Maruki says, oh.
Hey.
12 days before the exhibit ends, the cat is growing restless and asks me to do the calling card. But first, we have a few other things to do.
What would you like? Thank you. What would you like?
Let's see.
Here.
Alrighty, so we took out Gallant Road. And it looks like now we're gonna send the calling card. So we have to go back to our secret place, which I forget where it is. Oh, there we go, hideout, access way.
We can now take him down, yes?
Madarame is going to be a changed man. There won't be any way to revert it, though. Are you sure you're okay with that?
I have thought it over carefully. And I cannot think of a future in which he does not pay his dues. He has preyed not only on the art world, but on countless talents. So, I humbly request your help. I apologize for making you do this.
Not at all. We just didn't want to impose if you weren't feeling up to it, Yusuke. But if you're already determined to do it, then there's nothing more for us to say.
If I recall, our next step is sending a calling card, correct? What a suave maneuver.
It's not about acting cool. The calling card is a way to trigger a change in his cognition.
A change in cognition. That reminds me, you went through some trouble regarding that before.
Ah, you must be talking about when we forced open that security gate in the courtyard.
The palace is a cognitive world, so changing its ruler's cognition changes the topography, I think.
Very nicely put, Lady Ann. You're absolutely correct. This will be a vital tactic from here forward.
Actually, may I ask a truly basic question? You continue to mention cognition quite readily, but why does this world formed from materialized cognitions even exist to begin with? Don't tell me. Has it always existed while we go about our daily lives, completely oblivious?
Honestly, I'm not sure. At the very least, I know it existed before the Kamoshida incident, but that's all.
I see.
Crap, you totally caught me off guard with that. It's kind of weird thinking there might be whole worlds we just don't know a damn thing about. Did the thought ever cross your mind?
Don't be so anxious. You don't even know everything about the city you live in, after all. All that's important is that we know how to make use of that world and how to traverse it. Then it's decided. Let's prepare the calling card at once.
A calling card, huh? Really take it seriously. He is famous after all. He has often received slanderous letters till now as well.
He'll know best whether the crime written on it is for real or not.
Wait, are you going to write it again, Ryuji? That last one was questionable at best.
You should do it then, Yusuke. Oh, make it really artistic and stuff.
No, it'll end with him figuring it out. He knows my drawing and writing styles all too well.
Oh, then I'll think it up and you make it cooler.
Designing a calling card. Interesting. It shall become proof that the Phantom Thieves do exist.
It's decided then.
Great! All that's left is to make the treasure ours. You guys better come fully prepared.
Ah, you're back.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone, without the clue, without a sign, without grasping the real question is, where have I?
Hey, wait!
I'm a sharpshooter. I post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw.
Now listen up.
I'm a sharpshooter.
What do you want to do?
What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask,
Make sure your clothes up.
revealing all.
Can I talk? Well then.
We meet again. It appears you're lying low lately. What's with the change? Really? Is it just my imagination then? Anyhow, I wish the culprit would come forward soon. It's absurd to pretend I can do the police's job. I wish he considered my feelings before asking me this.
Pardon me, sir. There's a matter we need to notify you about.
Please excuse me for a moment. What is it?
We found this outside.
A letter?
It's, Sir Ichiriusai Madarame, a great sinner of vanity whose talent has been exhausted. You are an artist who uses his authority to shamelessly steal the ideas of his pupils. We have decided to make you confess all your crimes with your own mouth. We will take your distorted desires without fail from the Phantom Thieves.
Whose doing is this?
We don't know. The same letter's been posted everywhere.
What about the security cameras?
There were no signs of the culprit. All we saw was a cat in the recordings.
Remove these at once!
Of course.
What now?
It's about this affecting the exhibit. We believe it's just a prank, but what of the mass media?
Are you insinuating that this slander is true?
Of course not.
It's those damn brats doing, isn't it? Well, it means nothing. They'll only be able to do as they please until this exhibit is over.
Will that do?
Yup, it was perfect. The composition was way cooler too.
The treasure should appear right about now.
You better enjoy the air of freedom while you still can, old man. Anyways, did you guys check online? People are already talking about that calling card. We'll show him. We're gonna surprise them all.
I'm sure you know, but we only get one shot to pull this off.
It'll be fine. We managed last time too.
You have no reservations about this either, right, Yusuke?
Of course not. We'll do this.
Anyway, Fox says the atmosphere feels different. Ryuji says we basically declared war on him. Morgana says there's nothing to fear, we secured the route. We're ready to go, let's take the treasure in style. Ryuji says it's finally time. Yusuke says there's no turning back once we begin the operation. An says if worst comes to worst, we have to fight. Morgana says, are you ready? I say, ready.
There's an enemy inside, just as expected.
I mean, we've done a ton in here. It ain't surprising. Anyway, I'm gonna try and draw it out, so I'll leave the switch to you guys.
Will you be okay? What if it catches up to you?
Don't underestimate an ex-runner. I'm definitely gonna shake it off.
Hey! There's some weird people over here! Hey! I need some help!
What's the matter?
You better make it, Skull.
Is this good?
Yeah, it's perfect.
You seem to be enjoying this.
Only the best can appreciate these critical moments. Plus, this feels like we're really phantom thieves.
We'll be counting on you, Mona.
Ryuji says, where'd Madarame go? Yusuke says, we can worry about that later. For now, we gotta get out of here.
Let's go.
Ryuji says, there's a window, but where does it go? Yusuke says, not the time to be lost in thought. Let's go. Thought, rather. Anyways.
Whoa. But at least
Ryuji
we're
says, we're
outside.
up really high.
Is there a way down out here?
Morgana says, at least we're outside. Is there a way down out here?
Is this another portal to an unknown destination?
We don't have time to lose. Just go through it. Now's our chance.
For real? But I guess there's no other way.
Is this the courtyard?
I knew it. All that security would have been meaningless if it just led back inside.
It seems we managed to escape their siege.
Dude, why is Mona getting excited now of all times?
I just can't take it anymore. Let's take a look at this treasure. Treasure! Huh?
This is the treasure? Get back!
Meddlesome vermin. Is this what you're looking for?
How dare you try to trap me like some kind of mouse?
So you had a fake friend, huh?
Counterfeits are accepted in the world of Japanese art.
What made you change like this? Is it because you became famous? Can't you understand how much it pains me to inquire about the crimes of my foster father?
Now that I think back, the only reason why I took you in was due to my ties with your mother. That woman never lost her passion for painting, even after her husband died. Her skills and talents were quite astonishing. That's why I decided to look after her. Your mother and the artwork she created, they're all my works of art.
How low can you sink?
I suppose I can grant you a gift before you die. A glimpse of the genuine Sayuri.
Genuine? That's the real Sayuri? This can't be. Mom!
Indeed it is. This was painted by your mother. It's a portrait of herself. A woman who knew her death was coming painted her last wishes for the son she would leave behind. That is the truth behind the mystery of Sayuri's expression.
You stole something that personal?
I knew at first glance. I knew it'd be a huge success if I added a touch to the painting and announced it under my name.
But the baby in the picture, why did you paint over it?
It was all to stage it. If the babe is erased, the reason for the woman's expression will become a mystery. That is what the general public is drawn to. Each of those parasitic critics wrote the same thing.
I always felt something was off about all this. Now I know what it is. If you really treasured that painting, you wouldn't even think about replicating it for profit. You don't love art at all!
Though you have a real treasure, your true skills are nothing more than those scribbles on that fake.
It makes me laugh, asshole!
So you'll defy me no matter what. Well then, since you're my work of art, Yusuke, I'm going to reap you for the sake of my future. Along with those insolent friends of yours there.
I can't believe you're treating both mother and son like they're objects. You're inhuman!
Fox?
I've heard that you destroy your art once they outlive their usefulness. Did that include my mother as well?
She just so happened to have a seizure in front of me. That's when a thought crossed my mind. If I don't call for help and leave her be, I could obtain her painting without any strings attached.
No. You let her die?
She was physically weak. No one would doubt if she just dropped dead because of a seizure. Above all, Yusuke, didn't you think it was odd that I discovered your talent when you were only 3? The reason why I kept you around was to keep you from realizing the truth behind Sayuri!
You killed her.
The artistic talents you inherited from your mother were a delightful miscalculation, though. If I'm to steal ideas, it's much easier robbing the future of brats who won't talk back than adults. It's thanks to you that I came up with the idea. You have my gratitude.
Yusuke?
I thank you, Madarame. Every reason for me to forgive you has disappeared without a trace at this very moment. You aren't some rotten artist. You are a despicable fiend who wears the skin of an artist!
All you good-for-nothings barging into my museum and doing whatever the hell you want. Those who have the connections make the rules. Those who don't, follow them. Not to mention, the value of art is all subjective. I make the rules in the art scene. I am the supreme being. I am the god of the art world.
This isn't good. Get back!
Now, let's begin, you vermin.
Joker, don't lose focus. There's no telling what I'll try. Persona! Take this! They regenerated? Damn it! Those things can come back if we don't take them down at once? Get ready! Eat this!
Let's go. Something else. Persona!
Madarame's out!
Damn it! I'm the great Madarame! The Madarame who gathers a full crowd every time he opens an exhibit! I'm not someone that worthless brats like you are allowed to defy!
You're still saying that? There's no need to hold back then. Let's get him, Joker!
Do it!
I'm the great artist, Madarame! If you brats can't fathom that, then you'll witness it for yourselves! Behold my mastercraft!
What? He made copies of himself? I see. Creating duplicates is his specialty.
Persona! Firing!
Not enough! Stop this! Is this how you showed your gratitude to the man who raised you?
Letting us all you like. You're not gonna stop us now.
Flip him, Persona!
How could I?
My other self! Zoro, show your might! Persona! Zoro! I hit their weakness. It's all too easy. Take this!
I won't forgive you! My brilliance strikes like a flash of lightning. And now, you'll taste it for yourselves! Take this! Crying won't help! Damn brats!
Persona! Rise up! Persona! Get ready!
Damn it! Damn it! Stop it, you brats! Or else...
Time for my comeback with style and grace. Ah! Ah!
How could
Persona!
I?
like to try this skill soon.
No one cares for true art. All they want are easily recognizable brands. I'm a victim in this too. Wouldn't you agree?
Excuses now?
The art world revolves around money after all. You can't rise up without any money. Yusuke, you understand, don't you? Being a poor artist is truly miserable. I just didn't want to return to that life.
A fiend like you has no right to speak about the world of art. You're done for. Along with this whole wretched world!
No, please! Just don't kill me!
Return to yourself in reality and confess your crimes. All of them.
You're not going to kill me?
Swear it!
All right! All right! What about the other one, though? The one with the black mask?
Huh?
A black mask? Wait, who's he talking about?
It can't be. There was another intruder besides us within this palace?
There's no time! Hurry!
Get on!
Hey, Yusuke, what should I do?
Put an end to all this and use your own artwork for once.
Yusuke!
No, wait, please! Yusuke! Yusuke!
The destination has been deleted.
It would be bad if people started getting suspicious of us. We should leave at once.
Yusuke, come on!
Right. Goodbye, Sensei.
I guess the mission was a success. All that's left is to see if he had a change of heart or not. Ah, so bitter! Why'd you get it black?
The Sayuri.
You're not gonna get all teary-eyed and say stuff like, Mom, are ya?
To think that this painting was the source of Madarame's distorted desires. The only saving grace is that my mother won't know of what transpired.
The genuine painting at his atelier has been altered after all. Ironic as it may be, this one here is her true self-portrait now.
It's a wonderful painting. And although it took some time, it's in your hands now, Yusuke.
I'm thankful for it. However, it's impossible for this painting to be acknowledged by society anymore. No. I doubt it's the name of any woman in particular. I bet it was to make it more mysterious. Just a part of Madarame's foolish staging.
Well, it would have been obvious that he plagiarized it if he had used the real name.
So, this is my mother. There's no way that I would remember her face clearly, but I was right about the rush of emotion I felt when I saw this painting.
Stop that!
You're so vulgar, Ryuji.
So, what are you gonna do now? We're gonna keep targeting big shots.
Why do you do such things?
It's to get back at scumbags and, like, society in general. We also want to give courage to the people that are suffering because of selfish adults.
Courage, huh? What good does that do? You mean the courage to stand up for themselves, correct? Will acquiring that make them happy?
Right. There's no knowing that. We just have to give it a try.
In other words, it all depends on the person, hmm? And the same can be said about myself right now. I also suffered because of an adult's selfish act. Moreover, if we investigate these palaces, it may expand my artistic repertoire.
You really only think about art, huh? You're impressive.
I won't take part in any inelegant plans, all right?
No worries, I've got us covered. Plus, we have a rule that says we always have to decide on a target unanimously.
How about it, Joker? We can give our calling cards a lot more oomph if we have Yusuke on our team.
I will try and live up to those expectations.
At any rate, I'm curious. Another intruder besides us, huh?
Our only clue's a black mask, so that doesn't necessarily mean it's just one person, right?
But there's no way to check anymore. The palace is gone.
I'll try probing Madarame. I may be able to learn something from him.
Are you sure? I mean,
I'll contact you all if anything turns up.
we should probably exchange our contact info with you then.
An artist and a phantom thief. It seems I'll be engaging in 2 trades from here on. Very well. You only live once after all. Still, the incident about this other intruder does concern me a little.
Not only have we dealt with our second big target, we even have a new addition to the team. Goodness, things are going so well. Could the day our name becomes common knowledge be nigh? But I have to say, you sure are something special. This is our 5th persona user. It'll help broaden our battle strategies as well. Besides, having an eye for beauty is a must for Phantom Thieves. We're lucky to have Yusuke. An artist is a talent you rarely come across. I mean, he is a bit strange, but still. An artist, huh? What kind of person do you think I was? There's no way I'd turn out to be some bad guy in the end, right? I get so engrossed with the embodiment of human desires. And that's not all. When it comes to the metaverse, I'm the only one who can transform into a car. I'm special, but it's still odd. Who could I actually be? You give it a rest. That's definitely not the case. What a half-assed answer. Well, there's no way a dashing, honorable rogue like me could be evil. A man who saves those in trouble in the West, while punishing evildoers who may lurk in the East. A man who chastises people that smoke inside in the South, while saving bullied cats in the North. A man who has a sturdy body, and vows to always do one good deed a day, be it rain or shine. I'm that kind of ideal person. Or so I hope. So if I turn back to being human, surely she'll take notice of me, won't she? Me? Don't be ridiculous. People chase after me when it comes to love. Where should I go when I become human? I wonder where she'd like to go. An amusement park, a movie theater, a fancy cafe, shopping. What do you think?
All right.
Anyways, Ryuji says, "Good job, guys," via text. Says, "We all did our best." Yusuke says, "Allow me to express my thanks once again. Because of you, I was able to retrieve the painting that had been filled with my mother's love." Ryuji says, "Hearing you say that makes the whole thing worth it." Says, "Seriously, I wasn't sure you'd really want to change Madarame's heart." Yusuke says, "I'm sorry to have worried you. I have no regrets about it now." Says, "And the change of heart will happen this time, right?" I say, "It'll be fine." Ryuji says, "Yeah, we did it just like with Kamoshida." Says, "By the way, I'm curious about what he said at the end." Ryuji says, "You mean the other intruder? It was something about a black mask." Yusuke said it could have been nothing more than a lie. Madarame was quite deranged at that point. For now, we should wait for his change of heart. An says, okay. Who's my little sickie?
Now,
What do you want to do?
make sure you close up.
Can I talk? Well then.
You have expelled one who was stained in vanity. You are now one step closer to your rehabilitation. It's a delightful thing indeed.
Our master is pleased. You should be honored, inmate.
However, that man's remarks are concerning. It seems another has made their way into the metaverse. That is beyond my knowledge. But your rehabilitation is progressing smoothly. That is for certain. May the devotion to your rehabilitation grow even deeper. I have high hopes for you.
All right.
It's Kitagawa. Other than that, his demeanor seems to have softened a bit. Is that the change of heart? I see. Well, I was curious and looked into Kamoshida as well. It's as if he was an entirely different person. Will the same be true for Sensei? Well, I'm sorry to have taken your time. That's all I wanted to tell you. Good... Oh, I'll try asking him about the black-masked intruder from the palace when the time is right. Goodbye, then. This time for sure.
Yeah.
In the end.
Jeez. Do you know the answer?
This is it.
Well done.
Anyways, just trivia. We're just gonna power through.
Nice going!
All right.
Yep. Oh yeah, actually. What?
Anyways, Morgana says he almost got kidnapped. Some girl with this crazy look in her eyes calling me Snowball. I wonder if she's been going after other cats.
Hey!
Try checking the fan site and see if anyone said anything about it. Morgana says, maybe it's not a well-known problem yet. The only victims are cats, so I suppose that could be the case. Let's try asking around in Yongen and see if we can find the culprit. Anyways, we get requests from Ryuji and An to potentially do confidant stuff.
What would you like?
I'm gonna double check that. It just says near bathhouse there's an old guy. We're supposed to talk to him because he should supposedly give us that meeting or whatever, the name of the person. But I don't see anyone on the radio. There's an old guy by some speakers or whatever. There's some more old people, but they're just talking about doodles and Madarame and stuff. That just reeks of alcohol. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anyone else I can talk to. See if it updated. It just says ask around Yongen. We gotta talk to different people. Here is what we learned from the mother and child. This I know lady adopted a lot of cats. Okay. Guess we haven't talked to enough people yet. Alrighty, looks like we figured out who it was. That's a cat thief. Anyways. Let's hang out with Ryuji. It's pay per visit, but you don't have to worry about contracts. The equipment's crappy, but they have a ton of variety. It's really cheap, totally worth it, even without a pool.
By the way,
He says, did you bring your stuff? I don't know. I'm gonna say protein powder? He says, yeah, if you want to beef up. Wait, that ain't it. I'm talking about spare underwear. Getting back into your sweaty clothes after a hot shower is gross. But don't go getting your hopes up. No way I'm gonna let you use mine.
wanna get going?
Anyways, let's head in, he says. Ryuji says, my form's coming back, but I still don't have enough stamina. Anyways, a student at the gym says, Ryuji?
Morning!
He says, how's it going? He says, I've been trying to come up with some cool new slang. Maybe it'll catch on. Akita-senpai says, you can't just do that. And you don't need to call me senpai anymore. I already graduated. I haven't seen you before. Were you on the track team? Ryuji says, he's just a friend. By the time he showed up, the track team was already, well, you know. He says, speaking of which, how's your leg? He says, I'm managing. How about you, senpai? You still running? He says, I actually joined my university's track team. You think I would have quit after what happened? Ryuji says, about that, I'm really sorry. Akita-senpai says, I should be the one apologizing. I was supposed to be the leader of our team, yet I just resigned myself to Kamoshida's will. Ryuji says, that's because you needed him to write you a letter of recommendation. You were just looking out for your future, but I managed to screw it up anyway. Anyways, Akita says, Kamoshida clearly never intended on writing my letter of recommendation. You were just his excuse not to. And honestly, I enjoy where I am now. The track team isn't anything special, but it's perfect for me. So in truth, I should be thanking you for what you did. Ryuji says, Senpai. Akita says, I've always regretted not doing more to protect you guys, but I heard some good news recently. The Shujin track team's being reinstated.
For real?
Ryuji says, for real? Akita says, I mean, Kamoshida confessed the horrible stuff he did. I guess the school got the old team together and told them that they want to start it up again. Ryuji says, nobody told me. Akita says, odd, the rumors got as far as me, and I'm not even a student. Anyway, I heard they're going to get Mr. Yamauchi as their new advisor. Ryuji says, Yamauchi? That Yamauchi? Akita says, yep, the one who was basically Kamoshida's lapdog. Apparently he volunteered. He is enthusiastic about pulling the track team up from the ashes. Ryuji says he is? Akita says, you know, now that the team is being reinstated, there's no need for any bad blood. Why don't you go talk to them? I'm sure they could use someone with your passion. Ryuji says, yeah. He says, the track team's coming back. Good for them. I say, do you want to rejoin? Ryuji says, I don't know. For real though, I'm glad the team's coming back. It's sweet that Nakaoka and them can start training again, but I'm still worried about their advisor, Yamauchi. He's basically mini Kamoshida. And I just say, so he's an asshole? Ryuji says, basically. He always yells at us but then be a huge kick-ass when our parents were around. I don't know. Ryuji says, I can't believe a moron like that's going to be advising the track team. He doesn't even teach PE. He's got to be up to something. I'll do some research. There's a chance I'm going to need your help. You free to lend a hand if I need it? Anyways, Chariot has advanced to level 5.
Alright. See ya!
Ryuji calls us on the way out. He says I can't let myself be happy about the team starting up again. Like I said earlier, there's something fishy about Yamauchi being the advisor. But I mean, if anything happens, I know you got my back, so I'm not worried. I say, don't worry, I gotcha. He says, thanks man, knew I could count on you. I mean, we don't know for sure if anything sketchy is going on, but when I get these feelings, they're usually right. If I hear anything, I'll let you know, okay? Later.
Ah, you're back.
The cat wonders if Yoshida is giving a speech. Let's see. Anyways, crossword.
All right.
I see. Nice.
Please, consider what I have to say.
Anyways, Yoshida says, you want me to teach you how to give speeches? Let's see here. Gotta go find the sun thing. I don't know, I just say, I want to be a politician. He says, I'd love to help you. It's time for my speech. Let's talk about this later.
And while our society appears to be prosperous, many of our young people are quietly suffering. They lack jobs, security, saving. The next generation will lead us into the future. And yet they have no plan for how to arrive there.
Watch where you're going, you little shit. You bumped into me, you old goat.
This isn't good. Yes, let's. Good citizens, please stop fighting! What is the point of bickering over such a trivial matter?
Yeah, seriously, just shut up. What's with this guy?
Now, if you'll please excuse me, I must return to my speech.
Ugh. God, so righteous. That really annoys me. Enough of your arrogance, no good Torah!
What?
As if anyone would actually vote for you! Are you planning to embezzle funds again? Or maybe criticize one of your constituents again? You criminal!
No, that was all in the past. I've gone and done it again. There are many who would agree with that statement. Whenever someone calls me no good Torah, I panic. I went through quite an ordeal 20 years ago. Let me explain. I used to be a member of the National Diet. I was elected during the rise of the Kuramoto children. We were backed by powerful Diet members. This was about 20 years ago. I was very inexperienced back then, both as a politician as well as a human being. That inexperience led me to be involved in a series of major political scandals. People refer to my blunders as no good Torah's 3 strikes. The first was being caught missing a legislative meeting to take a personal vacation. Then, I was accused of embezzling a large sum of money from the party, giving me 2 strikes. Finally, I called a voter an idiot at an open forum, which resulted in scandal and strike 3. I was out and branded a washed-up politician. You said you wanted to become a member of the Diet. But do you see the man before you? Do you really want to receive my guidance? I'm happy to hear that. However... You mean giving speeches? I'm afraid I'm not so great that you'd be able to learn anything. The most important part about giving a good speech is believing in yourself. Perhaps one day, I will believe in myself again. But you sure got me there. You're a strange young man. Very well. If learning how to give a great speech is what you seek, then I'd be happy to instruct you. In exchange, I would like for you to continue assisting me. Let's get started, shall we?
Staging your crimes with calling cards. It's hard to believe that a student could manage this alone. An adult. For example, someone talented enough to move people with words. Perhaps they coached you. Isn't that right?
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the sun persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
All right. Let's pursue your dream of becoming a member of the Diet. Oh my, we've been talking for far too long. Let's call it quits for today. You.
Anyways, Yoshida says, there's something I forgot to mention. It's about my speech schedules. From this point on, would you be willing to stick around and hear it? I say, let me write this down. He says, a practical young man, eh? Well, I won't take up too much of your time. I give speeches every Sunday. You're free to drop by and help whenever you got time.
Well then, I shall see you again soon.
Hello?
Yusuke says, Madarame is ill, but the exhibit is going strong. I can't respect him as my sensei, but it's sad to think I don't have a mentor anymore. I say, why not take a break? He says I can't think of anything to do, though. I'm not the type to go outdoors, and I suppose painting is what I do to relax. Well, perhaps I may need a sounding board sometime. I hope you'll humor me then.
Hey, there you are. I need your help with something. I found this flyer stuffed in my mailbox. Housekeeping service. It says that a cute maid will do anything for you. A maid, dude. A maid! Who'll do anything for us? Right? Right? You're a guy, right? You know what I mean. Let's give it a try. Yeah? Yeah? Luckily, some guy on my floor just moved out, so there's a vacant apartment in my complex. The key is behind the mailbox, so we can get in anytime. The landlord seriously doesn't care. The place is all set, so... Hey, I heard that. What the hell?
Can I get in on this?
Oh, you mean you're into this kind of stuff? Wow, okay.
I'm not into it. It's just for research. What does it mean that they'll do anything? And do the maids look exactly as they're advertised? We need to determine whether or not this company just pretends to offer housekeeping services. It'll be too late once people get victimized by it, right? So, we should do a thorough investigation.
Yeah, we gotta see it with our own eyes. Every little detail. We'll have to do this at night, so let us know when you're ready.
So what's the code name for this operation? Since we'll be watching them, it should be something like... Operation Maid Watch!
Nice! I like that.
Now's our chance.
Alright, we are gonna handle death. Sadly, we're not going to be able to progress death because I must not have done a good job on the last one. Anyways, let's see. She says, go strip and get in the lake. Only kidding. We're gonna do a control test. I want to record some data without you having taken any medicine. I need some comparison data, and today I'm gonna gather every last bit of it. The more test data I have, the more helpful it'll be. This is important, so don't slack off. Okay now, go for a run about 5 kilometers should do it. I'm not kidding this time.
I'm grateful.
She says, thanks for your cooperation. Looks like the maid segment's about to happen.
Hi! Alright.
Basically, he says, we should switch out of our uniforms so they don't recognize where we're from. Mishima says, we're really gonna do this. Do you think it'll be okay? Ryuji says, Operation Maid Watch. Mishima says the same thing.
Well,
Ryuji then says, if it turns out to be sketchy, we'll just bail. The apartment's vacant, so it's not like we'll be messing with anyone's house. I just say, you're a genius, Ryuji. He says, yeah, I know. Mishima says, to think, Sakamoto has a brain. But if that's the case, then... Ryuji says, then... Mishima says, yep.
Yeah.
Ryuji says, give him a call. I just say, leave it to me. Thank you for calling. This is Victoria's housekeeping. Mishima says they answered.
Hey.
Ryuji says, shush. The employee on the phone says, I take it you're interested in the services? Mishima says, services? The employee on the phone says, would you like to request somebody? Ryuji says, Is there anyone we want to request? What should we do? I just say no preference. The employee says, very well, let's see here. We'll have a maid available in 20 minutes. May I ask for your address?
Whoa!
Ryuji says, dang, this is really happening. Mishima says, a maid's services. What do you think we should have her do? I was thinking we start with some cooking. Of course, I wouldn't mind some of the other services either. Should we hold a strategy meeting to discuss? Ryuji says, 20 minutes? I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh.
Mishima says, it's almost time. You were in there for a while. Are you okay? Did you wash your hands? Ryuji says, huh? Me? Mishima says, you're really nervous, and then starts giggling. He says, are high school students even allowed to use this type of service? Ryuji says, huh?
What?
Mishima says, what do you mean, huh? We should have researched it. What if they find out who we are?
Wait.
Ryuji says, how should I know, but why would how old you are matters when it comes to housekeeping? Mishima says, we would have been screwed if your number had shown up on their caller ID. And then a woman from outside says, good evening, I'm with the housekeeping service. Mishima said, she's already here? She's 5 minutes early. What do we do? I'm not mentally prepared. The woman says, the door's unlocked, can I come in? Ryuji says, I can't do this. My stomach's acting up and my hands are sweaty.
My bad, man.
You handle the rest, and don't let her find out you're a high school student. I've got your back, just from the balcony. Mishima says, I can't do this either. Rabbit will leave it to you. The woman says, oh, there you are.
Welcome home, Master.
I'm gonna fill your tired heart full of lovely energy. Meow. I'm Becky, and I have the pleasure of serving you today. I just say, nice to meow to you. Becky says, we're gonna get along so well. Oh my, how thoughtless of me. I should explain the services. What would you like me to do? The basics include cooking, cleaning, laundry, and there are other services we provide if you desire. Becky says, you look young, Master. Are you perhaps in high school? I just say, I'm a dad. She says, wow, your skin's so healthy. You're not lying, are you? I'll wait to provide those other services until you've matured a bit, Master. So, I'll be going now. Ryuji says, no. Mishima says, quiet. Becky says, is someone there? Mishima says, oh no. Ryuji says, run, Mishima. Becky says, Mishima? Sakamoto? And Becky says, and you? Did you request me specifically? I say, wait, are you? Becky says, oh no, it's alright. How would you know me? This is our first meeting. Yes, the first time ever. Becky says, this is unbelievable. Yes, it's me, your homeroom teacher. I'm so done. I can't believe I got caught by my own students. Kawakami says, I should have taken a job outside the city, but I needed it to be close to school so I could go there after I finished work.
Hey!
Who did you hear about this from? She says. Was it Miss Chono? That harpy. Miss Chono, the English teacher. She's been snooping on all the teachers ever since that incident with Mr. Kamoshida. Are you gonna tell her about this? I just say, that's up to you. She says, hey, if you're gonna side with a teacher, side with me. I'm in charge of your class after all. And if you promise not to tell Miss Chono, I'll do anything. And I just say, anything?
Hey.
She says, it won't be any better for you if people find out that you called a maid service. This isn't even your home address, is it? I guess you at least thought about that. Well, I'll promise to keep this a secret too, so why don't we both forget this happened? I'll treat this as if you had canceled so you don't have to pay anything, okay? On that note, I'm gonna take off. Don't say anything about this at school. Act as if nothing happened. Got it? Okay, bye. Anyways, the protagonist says, I feel exhausted. I want to go home. Anyways, on our way to school, a student says, the cleanup event is the day after tomorrow. The class has to go to the park. I'm kind of looking forward to it, says the other student. That honor student is in my group. The other one says, what is she like? Your type or something? Either way, too bad. I hear honor students are exempt from the cleaning. Totally unfair, right? The other one says, so am I alone on a team of upperclassmen then? This sucks. I want a ditch. Anyways, everybody's just talking about the cleanup and basically how they don't want to do it.
Oh yeah.
I guess we're supposed to find Kawakami. Let's see. Morgana says Kawakami's been driven into a corner by Chiwuno. Let's talk to her so we can help her out. Kawakami says, as I've been saying. And then says, get home safely, Rabbit. Well, then I have another matter to attend to, so I have to excuse myself. Ms. Chiwuno says, we're not finished talking. Kawakami says, but... Chiwuno says there's been a series of scandals on this campus. We're all being called into question. And yet you leave work earlier than anyone and you barely make it to the faculty meetings. Explain yourself. Don't tell me you're out running around at night. She says the school's closing soon, Rabbit. Head on home before it gets late. Or did you need something from Ms. Kawakami? I say I have a question.
What?
She says what? Kawakami says, oh, another question. Chiwuno says another one. Kawakami says that's right. Rabbit-kun's questions are complicated, so I take time to help him at night. Ms. Chiwuno says you're giving out individual lessons, huh? What passion, you're the ideal teacher. Sorry for suspecting you. Keep up the hard work, you two. Kawakami said she just convinced herself, but you did clear up the suspicion, so thanks. Could you come with me for a bit? I can't talk about this at school. This is the address and phone number of my night job. Call at night and request me. Just be careful that it doesn't show up in your call history, though.
Hey!
Morgana says, hey, you did it. No call history means a public telephone, and there's one at LeBlanc. Let's call Kawakami when you're free and invite her to meet you at your room.
Wow.
Kawakami says, I gotta go. Anyways. Let's see. Oh, what are you doing? You're so strange. Let's see. Well, it looks like I need a lover's persona, so I need to get rid of one of mine. Let's see. Strength. I don't really have a need for that, so let's just bounce that up.
Hey, inmate!
Do you have business?
You'd like to read the complaint? What do you wish to know? Registration? Are you sure? These are you lack patience. Read here. This persona? This persona?
Yeah, let's just get the cheapest one.
Then accept this persona.
Done already? What?
No slacking off!
Alrighty. So we're gonna do lovers 4, yes. but I'm actually getting super sleepy, so I think I'm gonna finish this off another time. So I'm gonna save, and I will be back, probably not tonight, but definitely tomorrow to do some more. But thanks for watching, and we will see you later.